When even White House insiders begin sounding alarms, you know we're in real trouble. And now a White House whistleblower has just dropped a sudden bombshell on Donald Trump. We can all agree that Donald Trump is a total disaster, and even more so, he's a deranged lunatic unfit for office. I mean, Trump literally ran on preventing wars. Now he's considering going to war.
Breaking news, the president very active on his Truth Social this hour. That's because, according to Axios is reporting, President Trump will meet with his national security team in the White House Situation Room at 1 p.m. Eastern today to make decisions about U.S. policy toward the war between Israel and Iran. 3 U.S. officials have told Axios, and this is key, why this matters. The U.S. official said Trump is seriously considering joining the war and launching a U.S. strike against Iran's nuclear facilities, especially its underground uranium enrichment facility in Fordow.
But it's not just international. Even right here in America, Trump's economic policies are an absolute joke.
Where is support for this mega bill?
You know, I'm really surprised when I look at polling data. I look at it every day. But the amount of disapproval for this bill, holy cow, my goodness gracious. And, you know, you mentioned the KFF poll. We're talking about 29 points underwater on the net favorable rating. But that matches the Quinnipiac University poll from last week when it was 26 points underwater. Oh, my God, you need Greg Louganis to get that far underwater. And, I mean, we're talking about a negative 41 net favorability rating among independents in the center of the electorate. You rarely ever see pieces of legislation or proposed pieces of legislation as unpopular as this. But here you see it in 2 polls, 26 points underwater and 29 points underwater. No good.
And Trump, along with his administration, are getting called out left and right. Recently, Senator Alex Padilla spoke on the Senate floor for the first time since being manhandled at Kristi Noem's news conference.
And as I was handcuffed and marched down a hallway, repeatedly asking, why am I being detained? Not once did they tell me why. I pray you never have a moment like this. But I will tell you, in that moment, a lot of questions came to my mind. First of all, where are they taking me? And what will a city already on edge from being militarized think when they see their United States senator being handcuffed just for trying to ask a question?
But just when you think it can't get any worse, an insider comes forward. That's right, a White House whistleblower has dropped an alarming bombshell on Donald Trump. Take a look.
Now, a bombshell warning from deep inside Trump's own administration. Miles Taylor, the former DHS chief of staff who famously blew the whistle on Donald Trump in 2018, has come forward again. This time, with a dire update. Insiders in Trump's current White House believe he is unfit to lead. Taylor revealed that Trump is the same man, but worse, impulsive and emboldened, now surrounded not by adults trying to rein him in, but loyalists enabling his most dangerous instincts. According to Taylor, Trump's inner circle functions less like a presidency and more like a mob family merged with a monarchy. John Gotti meets Louis XIV. One of the most powerful figures in this inner circle is Stephen Miller. Taylor says Miller now wields near absolute power, recalling a moment when Miller called his expanded role within DHS a coronation. That unchecked influence, Taylor warns, is behind the surge in ICE raids and military deployments in cities like Los Angeles. And perhaps most telling, Taylor says Miller is the only high-level official he ever met who never once criticized Trump in private. Everyone else, from top brass to staffers, allegedly admitted behind closed doors that the president was unfit and dangerous. This isn't just a former official venting grievances. It's a whistleblower warning that many within Trump's own administration are deeply alarmed. Again. Only this time, the guardrails are gone.
Yeah, so long story short, even White House whistleblowers are now raising awareness and sounding alarms about these very pressing issues. Of course, we always knew Donald Trump wasn't fit for the presidency, but now it's not just an opinion. it's being reaffirmed by literal White House whistleblowers, and it's being demonstrated by Donald Trump's behavior time and time again.